What's up guys, 6passbito here. This is going to be a bit different from my last two videos, but without further ado, let's get into this.
Pull up on your block and shoot two niggas at the same time.
I'll be steady laughing in your face, and I can run up like a Nazi, blowing gas up in your face. I'm running fast and need a vacuum for the trash up in your place. And I'm a bastard, spin my cash and smoking gases, it a waste, I hardly say.
So I was just scrolling down my YouTube feed looking for some good juicy content to watch, then I come across a new video from ideashock. I see the title and thumbnail and I think to myself, please just be clickbait. This has to be clickbait. But sadly, I was mistaken. But as you can already tell by the thumbnail and title, the One Piss scaling community has gotten out of hand again. So today in this video, I'll be debunking this blasphemous video, but no hate to ideashock. I love his content and I think he usually has some of the best One Piss scaling, but crossverse, nah fam. So where to start with this? Well, first, I'll just like to say that fucking Naruto is not only planetary. I'll just put that out there. And yes, I am saying One Piss, not One Piece, because it is piss. Okay, so before any of you guys go in the comments, it's One Piece. No, it's One Piss. But I digress. So now let's get into the scaling. For Luffy scaling, I won't be touching his scaling since, well, I'll be treating this more of a debate. I'll let him scale his character, Luffy, and I'll scale Nar. So like Idea did in his video, we'll be starting off with nothing but attack potency. But before we start, I'll address this. So in Idea's video, he mostly was talking about destructive capacity and not attack potency. If you don't know the difference, I'll be giving a quick rundown. So destructive capacity, or DC as most of the IBC refers to it as, is how much of an area you can affect or destroy with an attack, hence the name, destructive capacity. While for attack potency, or AP, is just how much you can damage, not how much you can destroy. AP isn't busting planets and busting universes, it's damaging characters with said durability. So take Ichigo Kurosaki for example from Bleach. Ichigo's DC is only around star level, with him destroying a star while going into Bankai. While for his AP, it would be Uni plus, if not higher, due to the fact that he was able to damage Yawak and the Soul King. Two beings who were either going to destroy multiple universes or took part in creating said universes. So this would mean Ichigo can attack with Uni plus level AP, but he wouldn't be able to destroy that much since we've never seen him perform such a feat. So it'd be headcanon to say he can destroy universes since we've only seen him destroy a star. And you see that DC does not equal AP since Ichigo's AP is much higher than his DC. But anyway, with that quick lesson, we can get into the scaling now. For Naruto's attack potency, we have to make the case that he is relative to Kaguya. Y'all hardcore Narutards already know where I'm going with this one, but for you normies or non-power scaling anime watchers, Kaguya was stated and shown to have created and almost destroyed a time space. Well, how big is a time space? What the hell is even a time space? Well, basically, a time space is described by a myriad of sources to be a mathematical model which fuses the 3 dimensions of space and the 1 dimension of time into a single 4th dimensional space. So you guys must be asking, what does this mean for Kaguya? How does this apply to her attack potency? Well, we know that it was directly stated that Kaguya was going to destroy and create a new space-time in her fight with Team 7. So based off of this knowledge, it's safe to say that Kaguya is at least 4th dimensional in attack potency. Having 40 AP would mean you have universal plus attack potency, since the definition for universal plus is affecting, creating, and or destroying a dimension or area of space that is larger than a 3D size dimension or space. Well, we know Kaguya both created and was about to destroy an area of space that is larger than 3D, making her AP universal plus. So how and why would this apply to our buddy Nar? Well, basically, we know that Naruto was able to swap hands with Kaguya and not implode from the sheer power of her attack potency. So this would mean that Naruto's attack potency would have to be relative to Kaguya's due to the fact that he was able to, well, swap hands with her and even damage her in some points. So that would mean that he had the attack potency to damage a universal plus being. That would make Nar universal plus. Now for speed. This is just a no. You really said Luffy was faster. That's simply not the case. So basically there's an inaccessible difference between each dimensional tier, and with their, in this case, 4th dimensional AP, they surpass that tier, making it an inaccessible amount of energy. The difference is larger than infinity, as an infinite amount of 3D energy cannot equate to the amount of 4D energy. In Naruto, AP correlates to speed. Examples of this is with chakra boosts. They get more chakra and it makes them faster, stronger, and more durable. So basically chakra equals AP, speed, and durability. This is through an inverse mechanic that still works outside of the verse. A lot of people confuse inverse mechanics as meaning they do not work to the same extent in a cross-verse battle. But for this it does, since it's a special mechanic applied to the characters regardless of the verse. So having 4D attack potency would grant you inaccessible speed, but only if the energy you use to attack also grants you speed. Shout out my nigga Regan for putting me on that. I'll drop his Instagram on the screen right here, so once you're done with this video, go on to Instagram and follow him up and like some of his posts. He's a bleach scaler, he's got some good content. But yeah, that inaccessible speed was originally for inaccessible bleach, but I just transferred over to Naruto due to the fact that Reiatsu and Chakra basically work the same, and they both amp speed, AP, and durability. So what does this mean for Luffy? Well, that just means all of Luffy's attacks appear to be moving at a snail's pace in Naruto, because Naruto has inaccessible speed, and as ideashock said in his video, Luffy should be around MFDL+. Okay, yeah, so now I got all of that out of the way. Naruto beats Luffy. That's a fact. Objective fact. You cannot dispute it. Okay, I will be going over a few points that I thought were inaccurate or just wrong, flat out wrong. So let's get into this. Part 2, debunk.
Referred to as the second level of the Flying Thunder God technique, and that has a specific speed, probably somewhere around 220 million miles per hour. Also,
that's a name fallacy. What more do I have to say? Going by this logic, Ubugen would be universal because his ability was called Big Bang Impact. Or if you remember my little Jupiter meme, Jupiter is planet level because it's called Jupiter. So basically, techniques does not equate to the power. The name of the technique does not equate to power. Any of that is irrelevant because I can name my attack anything and it doesn't make it stronger or weaker.
compared to Naruto, it doesn't really matter if he's not fast enough to land the hit, right? Well, Luffy definitely is. While Naruto has been compared to his father, who could teleport, let's not forget that Naruto can't teleport. In fact, we know that for an absolute certainty, teleportation does not exist in the Naruto universe. Early on in the story, we are specifically told that teleportation is just high-speed movement. I mean, I don't know how much more evidence is needed other than that. It's explicitly stated.
That scan was retconned because later on we literally see it referred to as an instantaneous transportation, or even a time-space jutsu that surpasses space and distance. So I would say that it is instantaneous due to the fact that you used a scan from part 1, and while all of my scans come from part 2 or data books that came out after that scan. Now, I wouldn't say this is infinite speed due to the fact that if we look at the definition of infinite speed, it is traveling an infinite distance in a finite amount of time without the use of teleportation. So no, Minato isn't infinite speed because he's literally using teleportation. So it's not infinite speed, but it's still instantaneous.
Luffy is way beyond him. Luffy was dodging light before he even got his second form, while Naruto has only been shown to be able to do that when he was at his strongest. So, with much greater...
You also brought up that Naruto was only able to dodge light in his Sage of Six Paths mode. That is just false. Haku was stated to reflect in between his mirrors at light speed. Itachi's water bullets in part 1 were also stated to be light speed. The Raikage was also stated to move almost at light speed. So all of these light speed characters, Naruto scales above them before he ever even gets KCM 2. Before he even gets KCM 2. So I don't understand where you got that notion from. And the thing is, that Light Fang feat is also only relativistic.
Through? Okay, I'll give you that. Congratulations, Luffy can take minimum damage from someone smacking him at light speed. Just so you know, when an object moves at light speed, it reaches infinite mass. So, Luffy's weakness is infinity. Congratulations, I believe you played yourself.
I shouldn't even have to say this. That's just an appeal to reality. No, Luffy does not have infinite durability. You'd first have to prove and give evidence that the theory of relativistic mass would apply to One Piece, when characters moving at light speed contradicts that already, with them not burning up at a subatomic level when they move. So this point is just irrelevant. Now y'all understand why I say the One Piece scaling community is a bunch of dirty sock puppets controlled by brainless NPCs who are programmed by small children in a second world country. So in short, Naruto blitzes and shits on all of the One Piece verse. That's that. I'm sorry. I don't even like Naruto like that, but when I see downplay and faulty scaling, I gotta intervene. Thank you for tuning in. And make sure you guys remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember this, the most important part. Always remember that Naruto solos the One Piece verse. I'm out.